Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Super League Grand Final preview between St. Helens and Leeds. A grand final that I don't think a lot of people would have expected at the start of the year. At the start of the year, a lot of people were saying Wigan, or not Wigan actually, because at the start of the year, everyone was writing Wigan off. It was Saints, Warrington. That's what I was hearing of. I don't know if Leeds were expected to be up there. I mean, a few people had Leeds up there, but we've ended up with the Saints and Leeds grand final. And CJ, first things first, how are you, bro? And is this grand final deserved?
Well, I had Catalans versus Leeds at the start of the year, so I guess I got one foot in there. Is the grand final deserved? Well, I can't really say it isn't. Rowan Smith's come into the Leeds team halfway through the year and has just transformed that team into a dangerous side. And St. Helens, the class they got, they were expected to be here. So I think it's a deserved grand final. But everyone said St. Helens, Wigan, and Leeds delivered, and they've come in.
They did. Well, mate, before we get into the preview, I want to go to the live chat. We've got about 15 people here at the moment as we speak.
Good
so it's
crowd.
good to see. The crowd is building in for the grand final preview here. Hello to SS Storm fan. Hello to Luke Melbourne Storm fan. Hello to the Final Siren podcast, which, ladies and gentlemen, I will be on that tonight at 8 p.m. So in about 2 hours from now, I'll be on there tonight. Hello to Jason Reeder. Hello to Cody Games PlayStation. The great Sam Revel is in the live chat as well. Damien from Newcastle, I believe he's a Wigan fan as well. Jay Evans and Isaac NRLSZN is in the live chat as well. Before we get into the St. Helens versus Leeds grand final preview, CJ, I want to ask you this. Now, this grand final, yes, it is deserved, but we need to go over last week for a moment. Wigan, they choked against Leeds. Were you surprised about that? Because I thought Wigan would be too good and, Wigan would go through, but we've ended up with a Saints and Leeds grand final. Do you think Wigan choked this season?
Yeah, well, I was sucked into them. Did they choke it? Yeah, I think they did. They had a great season. They came second. They deserved to make it as far as they did. But correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Leeds have Reece Martin out last week?
Yeah, Reece Martin was out, yes. And Aiden Sears got knocked out from
John
John
playing
Bateman.
At the DW Stadium. Wigan had all the advantage their way, and Leeds, they pulled through, and especially in that second half, they were brilliant. So, yeah, Wigan lost a massive chance this season.
Leeds' second half last week was incredible. They frustrated Wigan. But, yeah, for me, it's a simple yes. Wigan wasted their season, didn't they? They just wasted it. How can you finish second? You're at home. You're playing Leeds. They did not deliver, and it's quite disappointing for Wigan.
Yeah, and Leeds had a couple. They had a big out in Reece Martin, and they still put 20 on. So that's a scary thing.
Good on Leeds. They played great, and they were outstanding, and they deserved to win, and they deserve to get through the grand final. So well done to the Leeds Rhinos.
Been a great season turnaround for them.
St. Helens and Salford. The biggest robbery in Super League history.
Oh, really?
Salford, who I follow in the Super League, they are my team. We were absolutely dudded by the referee.
You think so?
We were absolutely robbed. I was
Ooh.
disgusted. Now, I'm not going to lie. I am not ashamed to say this. When Salford were beaten, I was actually in tears. I was upset. I literally went onto the bed and I was in tears for a good 5-10 minutes. Here's my problem. St. Helens up 19-12. There's about 5-6 minutes to go. There's a kick through. There should have been a fucking penalty try to Joe Burgess, I believe it was. Makinson took him out. Makinson got binned. How was that not a penalty try? And you can hear the referee saying the audio, yes, it can be a penalty try, but it's going to be a sin bin. Salford don't want the penalty, the sin bin. We want the penalty try, and it should have been a penalty try. It should have been a 1-point game with 5 to go.
Well, if I'm a player, I don't care if you're getting sent off or sin bin. I want that penalty try.
Tim Laffey, sorry, my apologies. Tim
Laffey, that's right. He was taken out, and I think in any sort of game, that's a penalty try.
A penalty try.
So I do believe Salford were dudded on that part.
Bro, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If that was St. Helens with the no penalty try, would you be saying they were robbed? Because the entire media would have been saying that if it was the other way around.
Me, I wouldn't say they were robbed, but like you said, the media, they probably would have because, I don't know, they just like to do it.
Mate, it should have been 19-18, 5 minutes to go, 1-point game. As we all know, anything could happen in rugby league. I mean, fuck me.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we went to Sharks and Cowboys in Sydney.
Unreal.
Cowboys were down by 8 with about 7 to go. Cowboys won the game in Golden Point. So, being down by 7, which would have been a 1-point game with 5 to go, a lot can happen. A lot can happen. I can't believe they didn't go to the video referee. I couldn't believe it.
They should have gone to the video referee at the least. Every other time they would.
Bro, it's a big major semi-final. It's a huge game. A lot on the line. But they didn't go to the video referee. I couldn't believe it.
Nah, Salford can. They do have a case to fill.
No, they do.
On that call.
Salford have a case, and I got to say, referee, Chris Kendall, go fuck yourself, you dead shit.
Oh, Chris Kendall, I can't stand him. No.
Fucking low life cunt.
It's
robbed us a chance to be in the grand final. It should be a Salford Leeds grand final.
Well, I did go onto Twitter the night of the grand final, and
I was fuming.
You could tell the Salford fans wanted someone's head on a stick.
Mate, Twitter was saying robbed. They were fuming. All right. Enough of that game. Saints got lucky and they're in the grand final. Salford were robbed anyway. Should have been 1-point game with 5 to go. Anyway, let's move on. So, mate, Saints versus Leeds, the grand final. Saints finished as they finished first. They are the league leader. I can't even fucking pronounce it.
League leaders, yeah.
Yeah, league leaders. They finished first. Best team all year. Leeds finished 5th. A great year for Leeds. They come back really well. What about this grand final, bro? Like, obviously, we'll go through it a little bit, but Leeds, they welcome back Reece Martin. Massive inclusion. They lose Aiden Caesar, though, which is a big loss.
Look, I'm going to be the first to say Leeds are a team that has that next man up mentality. They've had that all year. I wouldn't underutilise their outs. Reece Martin was a massive blow. They put 20 on Wigan at the DW Stadium. Yeah. Aiden Caesar's out. Who comes in for Caesar? Freaking
Austin will play a halfback.
Yeah,
Richie Myler might go to 5'8", and I think Hardacre might go to fullback, and they might throw Martin in the centres.
Well, if they do that, then see, they've got experience right there. So they have some great depth. Yeah, Leeds, they've had a tremendous season turnaround, I believe.
Look, I could be wrong, but if I'm the Leeds Rhinos, what I'm doing, I'm going Zach Hardacre, you're going to fullback. Reece Martin's going to the centres. He's done a job there all year. He's played a lot of centre this year, Reece Martin. Richie Myler and Blake Austin in the halves. I'm bringing in a Ford off the bench. I'm doing that, bro. Dead set.
Yeah, bro, Leeds. That's a really good idea, and I think Rohan Smith, he would probably have something like that on his playbook, I think.
Now, the squads have not been revealed yet for the grand final, but from what I understand, Ash Hanley will be named in the Leeds squad, but
Oh,
probably won't play. But he will be in the squad.
that's a big in if he's playing.
I don't think he'll play, and I think the Rhinos have got a few players injured, but that time of year, bro, everyone's a bit tired, a bit sore, everyone's a bit fatigued. All right, Leeds, they have a fairly good depth for that. So if Caesar is a huge out, but Richie Myler and Austin will probably go to the halves. Hardacre might go to fullback. So I guess we'll find out what Leeds do on an hour before kickoff. St. Helens, bro, they've been remarkable. St. Helens, obviously, James Roby leads by example along with Johnny Lomax. James Roby, he might be the greatest leader that St. Helens have ever seen, right?
Oh, James Roby would be up there. If he's not already
sure.
up there, he would be up there. Best hooker I've seen besides Cameron Smith, I'll go as far to say.
Yeah.
James Roby is an absolute leader, captain, and he's been one of the biggest parts in why the St. Helens dynasty has come
He's
by.
just such a quality player, isn't he? He knows his job. He's not like your typical, running dummy half like a Cruz Leeming, for example. He's more of a, laid back control type
He's the
character.
GOAT.
Knows when to get involved, knows when to stay out of things. James Roby, he is a winner and he is a legend of the game, bro. If he can lead St. Helens to 4 grand final wins in a row, it's a remarkable effort.
It's the best effort from probably any Super League captain, as far as to say.
Yeah, 100%.
I think James Roby is he's just a legend, mate.
We talk about the best hookers of all time, right? So obviously, Melbourne Storm, Cameron Smith, one of the best ever. I'm telling you, James Roby, in my opinion, is the second best hooker I've ever seen play.
Oh, he's definitely up there in terms of rugby league hookers. He's mate, he's something else, Roby.
You know what? I don't want to disrespect anybody by saying this, and I don't want to piss anyone off. Don't take this the wrong way, but James Roby, in my opinion, has had a better career than Danny Badiris.
Yeah, I'll agree. In terms of accomplishments and his rugby league career, he's played over 400 games. So yeah, that's
Freakish.
a very fair thing to say.
100%. All right. Now, if St. Helens are going to win this grand final, 4 grand finals in a row, if they're going to win this game against Leeds, who are full of confidence and momentum, how are Saints going to beat Leeds, bro? How are they going to beat them?
Well, they're going to start off with using their experience. They have a lot of experience in these big games, so they're going to know what to do straight off the bat. I think a player like Johnny Lomax has to start out really well. I think he's the one that sets up
their attack.
A lot of what Saints do. I believe Jack Wellsby's playing. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, he's right. He's in.
Yeah, Jack Wellsby. I think, he's young. He's coming through, and I think he's going to have a big say. For me, I think they just got to win. You seen last week how a couple of Saints errors led to Salford tries. Yeah. They've got to cut out the errors in the games, and they need to complete better. I think just do what St. Helens do. Ruthless aggression. Play a hard, tough and footy. For me.
Mate, if Saints are going to win this and win 4 grand finals in a row, their defense is the key for me. I think
for sure.
If they can keep Leeds under, let's say under 12 points, they probably win the game. They're an incredible defensive team, St. Helens. Everyone knows their role inside out. It's a bit like Penrith in the NRL. They just know each other inside and out. St. Helens are like Penrith of the Super League. They've got all the structures. They know when to attack. They know when to defend. They get everything right. Their defense is incredible. Their scramble defense is incredible. And I'm telling you, if St. Helens can, if they can keep Leeds under 12 points, they probably win this game. So it's going to come down to that. Salford last week only scored 12. Wasn't enough. But Saints, if they keep Leeds under 12, they win the game for me. I think their completion rate is something that I reckon they would have been disappointed with last week against Salford. The completion rate there was quite ordinary. It was a bit unlike St. Helens, if that makes any sense to you guys.
Yep.
But I think if St. Helens complete at 80% and and they defend well, they probably win the game. And there's no better team in big games than St. Helens. They get up for the occasion better than just about anyone. And besides Wigan, St. Helens are probably the best team at getting up for big games. Wigan are too, but last week they were a bit flat and they ended up losing. So Saints, they won't be concerned about the pressure because they've won it the last 3 years. So they're looking for 4 in a row. But for me, for Saints, it's defense, 80% completion rate. And I'll be honest with you, CJ, if St. Helens scores 16 or 18 points, I reckon they'll win.
Yeah, it's probably over from there. St. Helens, they know what to do. They've been in 4 consecutive grand finals now, so
Freakish.
that's a great advantage for them.
Now, if Leeds are going to win this, bro, how are Leeds going to beat St. Helens? Because for me, bro, Leeds are going to have to score at least 20 points to beat Saints.
For me, it's going to come off the back of their attack and defense. I think, like you said, Leeds are going to have to start quick, and they're going to have to, I'd say, probably score the first 2 tries, get a bit of confidence in them early, try to score at least 16 to 20 points, like you said, and keep Saints to at least under 14 points.
Yeah.
Leeds have points in them, and they've proven that through the years. So they just go on and do that, they can win.
Do you think Leeds will have to change the way they play? Obviously, with Caesar not being there, do you think Austin and Richie Myler can work together as a halves pairing? Hardacre, the fullback, hasn't played fullback for quite some time. Zach Hardacre, he's been playing centre. Do you think they can rise together and get the spine right? Obviously, Cruz Lemming will be a very important part of that whole thing. But do you think Hardacre, Myler, Austin, and Cruz Lemming can work together and win this game?
Yeah, I don't see why not. The only thing I'm concerned about Leeds is their first half. I think their first halves have been a bit slow off the pace,
bit flat, yeah,
recently. So, I think they can work fine. Leeds have that next man up mentality, I think. So, that should be all good.
I don't think Leeds can win this game 14-10 or 16-12. I think Leeds are going to win this game by scoring it. They got to score 20 points for me. They got to score 20 points. If they score under 20, I can't see them winning the game. I think the other thing as well is you've got to watch. You got to watch out for Johnny Lomax, man. Johnny Lomax on the advantage line lately has been freakish. His kicking game. I mean, that one he set up for Benison against Salford on the weekend. That was freakish. That kick come from nowhere too. I thought he dropped it, but it was a kick. And you just got to watch out for them. They got so much strike. I mean, Joe Batchelor at the moment has been playing out of this world. So they've got so much strike, St. Helens, but Leeds, man, I think Leeds have got momentum, and their style of football at the moment is definitely worrying the big teams. And if Leeds can score 3 or 4 tries, they can win this game, bro. There's no doubt about it.
They're well capable of doing that as well. I think
100%.
Leeds strike is really strong, and if Hanley comes back in, that's just a massive boost for them as well.
Someone in the chat's just telling me that Cruz Lemming won't start. It will be O'Connor. Well, I hope not. Really? I think Lemming needs to start.
That'd be I don't like that. I think Lemming has to start.
Cruz Lemming for me is probably Leeds' most important player. He just adds so much to their attack, and if he comes off the bench, say 20, 25 minutes into the game, Saints could already be up 14-0, and it's too hard to come back. I think Leeds need to have their strongest and quickest team out there to start the game.
You don't want to risk anything.
To start everyone. You want to start. You can't start slow against Saints. You just can't.
Don't risk it in a grand final. Don't.
Yeah. Last week when Saints went up 12-0 against Salford, I'm sitting there going, fuck. And then we got back in. I'm like, oh, here we go. So you've got to start fast. If you allow Saints to go to a 10 to 14-0 lead early, to be honest, you're fucked.
Yeah, you don't want to do that because Saints, they know how to defend as well. Like you said, like Penrith, they know how to defend a 12-0 type lead.
Yeah. If Saints go up 10-0, they'll defend 10-0 and win the game 10-6. Like, they don't care. They really don't. All right.
They will, bro.
All right. Righto. Let's have a look at the odds for the game, bro. The odds are pretty remarkable for this grand final. I mean, St. Helens, they are $1.40 as expected. Leeds are $2.80. Do you think the odds are fair?
Yeah, I think they are. You probably wouldn't complain if they pushed it out to $3 with the
Yeah, I thought that'd be
subtraction of
$3.
Aiden Caesar.
Yeah,
St. Helens favourites, of course. Leeds
I'm not
$2.80. I'm not
surprised.
complaining, but cheeky $5 on Leeds wouldn't hurt.
Well, I think Saints $1.40 is actually overs. I thought they would be $1.30, $1.25. To be honest with you, I thought Leeds would be $3.20 to $3.50, but they're actually $2.80, which I'm a little bit surprised about.
Yeah, look, I think I like the odds. I think it's fair. And yeah, man.
All right. We're going to get to our prediction in a moment, but I just want to go to the next part of the show. Who will score the first try in the grand final? There's so many guys you can choose from. Who's going to score first in this grand final, mate? Who's going to score the first try? Who do you like?
I'll go. I think he's playing. Sione, is it Sione Matalia who plays for them?
Yep, Sione Matalia in the left edge second rower.
Yeah, I was getting confused with him and Peter. I'll go Sione Matalia to score first.
Yeah, he's playing on the left edge. He's right on that left edge there. Not a bad shout. I'm going to go. I'm going to go a bit bold. I'm going to go someone really bold. Just to piss everyone off. You know what? I reckon Morgan Knowles might score the first try.
Fucking hell.
Morgan Knowles. He did a chicken wing tackle last week. He was looking at 2-3 week suspension, and he's managed to get off, and he's playing in the grand final. Couldn't believe me eyes.
Dreadful, but I wasn't really aware of this. Makinson's out.
Big boy.
I sent the comments. I was not aware of that.
I've got a few out, Saints, but Morgan Knowles is now playing in this grand final. I reckon he'll score the first try now, and that whole Leeds section will go off their head.
Mate, they'll do a Good Friday 2015 like the Dogs. Throw bottles and shit. Fucking hell.
Oh, it'll be chaos. So I'm gonna go with Morgan Knowles to score the first try, and you're going with Sione Matalia.
Yep.
All right, CJ. I want to know your prediction for this game.
Oh,
we've just revealed our first try scores. Who wins the game? By how much? Give me a score. We'll get to man the match in just a little bit. But who's going to win? Give me a score prediction and a margin or whatever. What do you reckon about this grand final? Saints or Leeds?
Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see Leeds for something a little bit different. But I can't. I'm going to tip the Saints to go in 4 in a row. I know it's boring, but I'll go Saints for the 4-peat. Too class. I'll go Saints by 8 points. I'll go a scoreline of 20-12. Yeah, Saints to win.
Look, I was actually going to pick Leeds before we came on the air, but I just can't go against St. Helens, bro. I just can't.
Yeah,
they've got too much quality. They've got too much experience. They are the best team in the comp. I don't know if Leeds can beat them. If they can, it'll have to be like a 24-18, 24-20 type game if Leeds are going to win this. But look, Saints for mine, the defense is too good, and I just feel they're going to win this game, and I think they're going to win by a little bit. I don't reckon it's going to be 1-12. I think they might score a couple of late tries, these Saints. I'm going to go St. Helens to win this game. I'm going to go with a scoreline of St. Helens 28, Leeds 10. So Saints by 18 points.
By 18? So, far out.
I think 28-10 St. Helens. I think they'll be a little bit too good. They just got too much.
Saints have to win this. It's their comp to lose, and I think they'll do the 4-peat. I think they will.
And I want to know, who will win the Harry Sunderland Trophy, which is basically the NRL version of the Dally M. Or not the Dally M, the Clive Churchill, sorry. The Harry Sunderland Trophy. Now, last year, the right centre for St. Helens, Kevin Nagama, won the Harry Sunderland Trophy. CJ, who will be the winner of the Harry Sunderland Trophy this weekend? Who wins?
I believe Johnny Lomax is winning the Harry Sunderland. I think he's had an outstanding year and a massive input in how Saints have been going. I think Johnny Lomax will win the Harry Sunderland.
I'm gonna go with James Roby.
James Roby. That's a good shout, Jimmy Roby.
I think just that experience in the big games, he's been there and done it. He's a veteran. He just knows how to do it. And in these big games, he just delivers all the time, bro. So I'm going to go with the St. Helens hooker, one of the greats. I reckon James Roby will win the Harry Sunderland Trophy. He will be best player on the field for the grand final.
Oh, well, mate, I think they're both really great chances to win it.
100%, I think. But I just feel Saints are going to be too good. Also, I just want to let everyone know, the grand final is being broadcasted live in Australia. Kicks off at 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night. So Saturday night, you've got the NRL preliminary final. You've got Penrith against Souths. Later on that night, going into the early hours of the morning, Sunday morning at 3 a.m., Saints, Leeds, grand final. It's on Fox League and on KO. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for this grand final. But I think Saints are going to win it and go 4 in a row. I reckon they win by 18 points. And CJ, you reckon Saints win 4 in a row as well. And you've got Saints by 8.
Yep, that's right. I think Saints too good.
Do you have an anytime try scorer? Someone you reckon might even just score a try this weekend?
Yeah, I think I'll go Joey Batchelor. He's been in tremendous form.
He's been scoring at will lately. I reckon James Roby might dart over for a try.
James Roby. Well, I know one of our mates, John, hates this player. I have this weird feeling Louis McCarthy
you're not going to
say it.
Score. You're not going to say it.
I have this weird feeling McCarthy Scarsbrook's going to score. I don't know what it is, but something's telling me he's going to score.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know why.
I will have the shit if he scores. I think he's a grub. I can't stand him.
I just have this weird feeling he'll score.
Well, I guess we'll find out on Sunday morning, 3 a.m. over here for us in Australia. Looking forward to the grand final. CJ, thanks for coming on the grand final preview, bro, between Saints and Leeds.
No, thanks for having me on, bro. It's been a really good season. Well, not for me personally, but in general.
Good for me.
Great. Oh, yeah. I bet.
Salford had a great year, but we were robbed. So, what can you do?
Well, you'll go in as one of the favourites next year, I imagine.
No, I fucking hope not.
But, yeah, it's been a great season.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up the grand final preview for the 2022 Super League Grand Final, St. Helens versus Leeds. Me and CJ think Saints will win it again and go 4 in a row. But I'll be cheering for Leeds watching the game, but I just think Saints will be too good. But anyway, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And remember, 8 p.m. tonight, I will be on the Final Siren podcast. And I'll be live on that YouTube channel later on in about an hour and a half from now. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share the Super League Grand Final preview all over social media. Anyway, have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.